the plane, and now the cube wasn't rendered. So we solved the first problem. But we didn't solve the problem when the cube is in the first layer and it's in front of the portal in the first world. We have to do that in the composite nodes. So we add input render layer, our fourth render layer, the set mask. Click re-render this layer if it isn't rendered yet. Okay. Don't see an image because you have no lights and stuff. That's not important. Important is the set value. Okay, and we will do a Z combine. The Z value is the depth of the picture, just besides. Okay, we will need that here. Add color Z combine. And where's my viewer? Here's my viewer. That was the mask of our portal. That will be the first image input of our Z combine. The second image input will be blank. It will be just the color black. And we choose the set value for our portal should be our plane in the other layer, and the Z value for the black color will be the Z value of the first world. And now it still looks the same, but when I render it now that the cube is in the first layer again, you will see the difference. Good. And now through the set combine, that part of the portal become black. And we use that as our new mask. Okay, and now it looks like this. But our portal border is still in the foreground, so we have to do the same with the portal border. Shift duplicate the set combine, and we do the set combine with our alpha values of the portal border. The same set inputs, and that should be it. Okay. We're done with our portal effect. Don't forget to combine the final image with our composite node output. I forget that often. Okay, the last question is now, how do you make an animation where the camera passes the portal? And I'm afraid we need an additional render layer. Not an additional layer, but an additional render layer. So we go back to the buttons window and add a new render layer. It's basically the same than World 2, just call it World 2B or something. It also renders only the second layer, but it doesn't have that Z mask option. And that's because when we pass the portal we don't want to see only stuff which is in front of that plane we added. Okay, now I go back to the node editor and I add a color mix. First input will be the image like we had it before, and the second input will be our new render layer. It was World 2B, And the mix value will now be a time input. Add input time. Now let's first make the animation. I delete that cube. I will do that with keyframes in the key location. For the time. I think I don't need to explain what I'm doing right now. In the key location. Good, now the camera passes the portal. And we search the exact frame where that happens. And in my case, it's frame 52. So our time input starts at frame 51 and it ends at frame 52. And that will be our mix input. So everything before frame 51 and including frame 51 will have the value 0, so it will be our original image, and after that everything what comes after that, it will have the value 1, and so our image gets completely mixed with world 2B, and we have managed to pass the portal. And don't forget to combine the final image with our composite output again. Okay, there's maybe one very last thing you want to know. You can only select one sky color for your two worlds. And how can you change the sky color in one world anyway? There's a simple method. If you want the sky color to be black, just disable sky for the render layer. The other possibility is to use compositing. So this is just an example. We take our first layer here and we want to change the sky color. So I add an Viewer output here. Now I make some color corrections. You could make them through RGB curves, through hue saturation values, bright contrast, whatever you want. I use the hue saturation values. Connect that, image input and output. Here I could change the color, the saturation and the brightness. Okay, but now the whole picture changed and we only want the background to change. And to do that we could use the alpha values of the picture, because the background has 0 alpha values, and we could use them as a mask for our new picture. So again we add a color mix, and one input is the hue saturation values, the second input is the original input, and the mask is the alpha values. Now it looks that way. See? Now you could change only the background color. Good, I think we're finished. I hope you learned a lot, and yeah, that's it. See ya.